Hello, I'm Shaun Spiers, Chief Executive of the Campaign to Protect Rural England, and you're watching Countryside Bites. In this episode, I'm going to talk about why urban regeneration is so important if we want to protect our countryside. We know that at the moment the countryside is under huge threat of development, and CPRE has never said no to any development in the countryside. We've never said every home must be built on a brownfield site. But there are 360,000 houses planned currently for the Greenbelt, which is meant to have quite strong levels of protection. Lots of houses we know planned for areas of outstanding natural beauty. And yet there's enough brownfield land for over 1 million homes in England. The number grows every year. People don't care much about planning policy, it's a bit of a turn-off, but what we do know is that people really do care about the Greenbelt, the countryside on the edge of towns, the countryside next door to where most of us live. And it's because people care that all the main political parties pledged to defend the Greenbelt in their election manifestos. So we're really pleased that in the Housing White Paper that's just come out, the government have said not only will they protect the Greenbelt, but they'll actually strengthen the protection. And now we're really going to be holding them to their word. Town and country really go together. You can't save the countryside without improving and reviving the towns. So there's a symbiotic relationship between urban regeneration and the defence of countryside, which is good for both parties. The countryside, a huge resource for people living in towns, and by focusing money, investment, development in towns, you make the towns better, and in many cases open them up. As we've opened up the riverside in London in a way that was inconceivable 30 years ago. That's been done by planning policies, brownfield policies, strong protection of the Greenbelt. When people talk about urban regeneration, they often think of kind of barren wastelands, very polluted, difficult to regenerate. Where we're standing here now, in London's South Bank on Bankside, I've seen this area come up over the last 30 years from a place where people frankly wouldn't want to go, to now you've got Tate Modern, you've got the Millennium Bridge. I think quite often what we lack is not necessarily money or planning consents or even the consent of local communities. What's lacking in a lot of places is just some imagination to view a place differently and think we can improve this place. It doesn't have to be a kind of urban wasteland, it doesn't have to be declining. Thanks for joining me in this episode of Countryside Bites, and do get involved in the discussion in the comments section.